Cancer, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late July, early August 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Cancerian collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Shuffle it up here one time and see what we got as we move on into August. My guides, talk to me. What's up with Cancer? And yeah, we're going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock. Let's see what's up with the Cancerians, please, my guides. Talk to me. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we do have this card that can link into control here when we have this little literal puppet master showing up in the front end of the reading. So this could talk about you trying to control a situation, control yourself. Hopefully it's not someone trying to control you, but we'll talk about the nuance of that card in a moment. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about the puppet master here. So we literally see the imagery here of this jester-like figure playing with those puppets. So like I said a little earlier, to me, this is a big card that represents control. Now, hopefully this isn't like the roughest side of this card where you're not suspecting somebody of manipulating a situation or just manipulating something in general. The positive of this card could be you trying to call the shots or try to control an outcome or control your life in some sort of way. Set things up properly so you can control the most optimal outcome for you. That would be a very positive way to read this card. However, this also does swing the other way. And this time, watch out for any individuals that might be trying to control you or control your actions, especially from behind the scenes, because this could be someone doing something, I don't want to say the word nefarious or anything like that, but this could be someone literally trying to pull those invisible strings. So we're just going to place it down right here. I mean, if we want to get super optimistic, that person's just playing with toys, right? So maybe some of you are having some fun or needing to have some fun if we don't want to go that whole control route. Let's get into tarot, though. I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading anyway. It's just a footnote. I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright before we get that intuitive juiciness going. So let's shuffle it up here one time for the Cancerians. And while we get the deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. It seems like we've been on a little seesaw of energy because 2 weeks ago we had a reading titled An Unexpected Win. Last week's reading was titled A Big Problem. So it would not surprise me if a lot of Cancerians, or even the people around you, not saying definitely you, were running up into some big issues and problems. Like that did show up within the reading last week. So we're going to hope for some more optimistic vibes here. And as you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this reading how it hits for you, right? Because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get you 3 cards out here. Get this started. What do we got for the Cancerians as we move into August, please? All right, card number 1. Okay, we do have the 10 of Swords in position number 1. Okay, don't get nervous about that card, right? That could be something that you are dealing with or have already dealt with. Let's get 2 more. That is a card that could represent endings and loss and stuff like that. I feel like it's better to get that in the beginning as opposed to the ending of a read. So, all right, yeah, Queen of Pentacles, good. So this seesaw of energy that I've been talking about is showing up once again, Cancer, with the Queen of Pentacles showing up here in the center. Because we have a card that could be very challenging, but a card that could also represent blessings, beauty. Let's get you one more. All right, 2 of Cups, partnership. So yeah, Cancer, we have a lot of things happening here, my friends. Lots of things for us to take a look at. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll dive into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, it looks like we have a nuanced reading on our hands. We do have a very difficult energy here. We have a very positive energy as well. And we also have a card of partnerships, connections. So we're going to really want to go through one by one. It's different elements. We got air, we got earth, we have the cups. So there's a lot of internal stuff happening here, like especially on the 2 ends. But position number 1, the 10 of Swords. Like I said, this is a card that if you watch tarot, some people get a little nervous when it shows up. In position number 1, to me, this could represent something that's already happened or something that's already elapsed. The 10 of Swords is on a spectrum to me. It is one of the more challenging cards in the whole entire tarot deck, so it could represent a whole host of different warnings. This could represent losses of various different kinds. This could represent pain and hurt. This could represent endings, of course. Now, on its easiest spectrum, this could just represent just a difficult emotional time, right? Or someone's head just isn't right. This, on its roughest aspect, could be a betrayal of some sort. It could, you see what I mean? It could really range. But the good thing about the Ten of Swords is that once you hit this energy, there's nowhere to go but up. So for a lot of you, whether this is a Ten of Swords that's already happened, that you're still working through, you're still dealing with, we'll just see what happens when we clarify it, okay? Because it is a card of endings and closings. Now, as we get to the center, we have the beautiful Queen of Pentacles. Love this card. Now, for some of you, this could just represent an earth sign. So we're talking Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. I see her as the Empress Light. So to me, she's a card of beautiful blessings. So in the flow of the energy, this could be something ending or something leaving your life, making room for blessings to come in. That could be a positive message and takeaway from here. When we see the Queen of Pentacles, this is a very business-oriented type of energy too. You might be really focusing and throwing your energy into money and tasks and stuff like that. If you're not connected to an earth sign, I just see her, I think of the good. Like I said, Empress Light. So blessings, creation, manifestation. This is a beautiful card of abundance. However, it can also represent someone that's a little bit stubborn, right? Or is unwilling to flex in some sort of way. So we're just going to place her down right here and keep pressing forward through the read, because right here on the back end, we got the Two of Cups, the prototypical card of partnerships. Now, all twos in tarot could represent partnerships, connections. Now, it can be romantic, of course, but it doesn't have to be. This is anyone that we share a deep emotional bond and connection with when we have the Two of Cups. Doesn't have to have anything to do with these first two cards. This could be something completely separate. Now, as with all twos, it could be a choice, a decision, a crossroads. Generally, though, this is a very silky, smooth, easy flowing type of energy. So we have two very positive cards, but a very challenging card here as well. So it's kind of like the last couple of weeks balled up into one with this Two of Cups. So there might be a lot of situations and things revolving around your partnerships and connections in this time. Okay, or those that you were very much emotionally connected to, okay, especially with this Empress in the mix as well. So with all that being said, I really want to dive deeper on all this, Cancer. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here and reset the deck for you. And God's talk to me. What do we got for Cancer here as we move to August? And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Ten of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Cancer, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Ten of Swords time. What's the deal here? Why is that Ten of Swords here? Thank you. Queen of Wands yeah, this is someone that is absolutely still affected by some sort of pain, ending, or loss. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Notice we have double queens here, and I was saying that there's a lot of internal stuff happening here in this reading. Kings in tarot represent control of their suit. Queens represent how we feel on the inside. So when I see the Queen of Wands in reverse, if you're not having issues with a fire sign, if there's a fire sign you're connected to that's not going through a very difficult and tough time, this to me does feel like an ending or a loss that someone hasn't fully healed from just yet. So this can be a warning from Spirit, an emotional one about how one is feeling about themselves or about situations in general. And with all this internal stuff going on, just know for a lot of Cancerians, things could come bubbling up to the surface. Even if you haven't had any recent Ten of Swords moments, things might pop up that make memories or those feelings resurface. So in this time, this is absolutely an emotional warning right here on the front end. And I can say this, even if this isn't your energy, there could be someone you're connected to that has not fully healed from something. They have not fully healed from this Ten of Swords, this ending or this loss, and it might take a while. And I've been getting the Ten of Swords quite a bit in other readings for the Zodiac as well. So like this isn't a one-off type of thing. There's other signs that have been getting it as well, especially earth signs. But Queen of Wands in reverse, that's someone, their confidence or just something isn't sitting right with them, Okay, so there's so much going on internally. That's why I say this is an emotional warning as well, whether for you or someone else. Let's move over to that Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, the fire-air combo as well. Let's see what's going on. Because I really want to get over to that Two of Cups as well, because that might give us a better outcome. So why is this Queen of Pentacles here? Thank you. World, yeah, another card of possible endings, closings. Yeah, the World in the upright underneath this Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is somebody responding to a similar thing in a totally different way. The World in the upright isn't necessarily as harsh or as bad as the Ten of Swords is, right? So maybe this is somebody progressing slowly, right? Where it starts off rough and tough like this. This person's still dealing with it, but it's still, I feel a suppression here. For some reason, this Queen of Pentacles, the way she's holding that pentacle, like right down by her belly, there's somebody that is like really still suppressing, pushing something down. And we have double alignments of endings here, okay? Endings or possibly even losses. Now, the World is, the good thing about this card is that aside from what we already spoke about, this is a powerful angelic energy. Right? This isn't always a bad closeout when this card shows up. It is extremely protective as well. So for a lot of you, you might need to know, regardless of what's happening, regardless how this person's reacting, they're reacting, this is an extremely angelic, universal type of energy, and it's protective and it's divine. This is a lovely type of energy, regardless of the fact that we're talking about endings here. Okay? And it doesn't mean that this person in the center isn't taking it seriously. So although we do have like this emotional warning lingering here in the front, they're both taking this closeout very seriously in their own way. Different, but the same. We're going to move in on that Two of Cups. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. So let's see what's the deal with this Two of Cups. My guides and spirit team. Thank you. Acceptance. All right, yeah, we have the Five of Wands in reverse underneath this Two of Cups. This, to me, does feel like somebody finding some sort of acceptance about something. Okay, like it is what it is. There's nothing I could do about it now. For a good portion of you, this could also be somebody coming into your life that helps you out in a very big way. So I do get the energy of assistance. We have the Five of Wands in reverse here. Usually that in the upright is a card of button heads. It's combat, it's fighting, it's doing what you got to do. There's a lot of determination. Underneath this Two of Cups, this connection doesn't feel like it's a fight. This connection doesn't feel like it needs to be forced in some sort of way. So for some of you, this could be a beautiful connection coming in. Now, I don't know if you're watching this for romance or not, or other things, but that would be a good sign if that's what you're watching it for. But I am intuitively just getting this energy of acceptance. So we do have this progression, right? Where we start here and there's pain here. This person's very much affected, still affected in the middle by whatever this World and this Ten of Swords is, but finally finds acceptance and healing. Maybe it's with the assistance of another person. Maybe it's in regards to a very close emotional connection. Okay, so this is an extremely intriguing but beautiful way to end this reading. Okay, because acceptance really is the key to healing in a lot of things. Let's go through and do a quick little recap here, Cancer. Then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number one, we did start off quite rough with the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Wands in reverse. I did say this to me, if you're not dealing or having issues with the fire sign, yes, there's energy of endings and loss here, but this is someone who is very much still affected by it and pained by it. That's a big vibe I'm picking up here right in the front. Confidence dinged, the whole nine. But moving to the center, there's still an effect there, but it seems to be softening a little bit. We have the Queen of Pentacles with the World in the upright. So whether this is one person evolving in how they're healing and dealing with something, or two different people dealing with it in their own different way, okay? This one obviously dealing with it rougher than what we have going on here in the center. Now, as we get to the back end, we have the Two Cups with the Five of Wands in reverse. There's finally some acceptance here, even though we have emotional warnings and endings and all that stuff in the beginning. There is some sort of acceptance here. For a portion of you, this could be a person coming into your life where it's very smooth and easy going and they help you in some sort of way. But a big vibe I'm picking up there is finally having acceptance, which opens the door to healing. Please take a screenshot. I'm going to get you a shadow card here. So let's see what's in the shadows for Cancer, please. Guides and spirit team. And I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end. I feel like it's a nice introspective thing to do, whether it's something within us, something we've been dealing with for a while, something we don't quite see. Shadow cards are usually very interesting to take a little peek at. So what's in the shadows for Cancer? Thank you. Okay, we have the Two of Wands, generally a card of decisions, planning, choice. Another two. Notice that we have it on the back end. Two of Wands to me is usually a card of someone being at a crossroads. Like all twos, it could be said, but mainly with this Two of Wands, it is Spirit saying like, all right, at this point in life, you might be at, I don't want to say make or break, but at a crossroads. Like you go left, you go right. It might be coming time to really decide a path for you to walk. But a big thing with the Two of Wands is that of strategy. As a shadow card, this could represent somebody that floats through life, that doesn't have a solid plan, or they're too malleable with things and they just take it as it comes, which, I mean, I vibe with that a lot myself, even though I do like to plan things out. I have a lot of water placement, so I take it as it comes. But this could be Spirit really asking you to like set a plan in place, not for every single eventuality, but don't just float through. That's a big thing. Don't just float through, because then you can become victim to circumstance. That's just the main vibe I'm picking up here, Cancer. So take from that what you will. For some of you, you might just be at a crossroads in life, and that's okay. But yes, my friends, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. For the August subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 3 winners for 3 different tarot decks. It will be a winner's choice this month. So if you want the Gilded Tarot, it's your choice. If you want the Witch's Tarot or anything under $40 US, 3 winners will be chosen. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments what you think is the best use for tarot. Speaking to spirit, shadow work, inner work, confusion. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month in August, I'll announce the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. I'll see you soon.